Hello. Hello. Let's try that again. Thought I'd quickly show you some art supplies that I've bought from Jackson's Art Supplies online. I did start filming this earlier on, but I do have some company with me right now. Say hello. Like, get off me. Get off me. So yes, that might keep happening. So what have I bought? Some Speedball fabric block printing ink, because I would like to make some t-shirts and some tote bags. And the problem is I can't really afford, starting out, I can't really afford to pay for things to get printed, outsourcing it. So I've seen quite a few people that I like online, like do their own things by cutting up, from lino block and then inking it and doing it themselves. So this is one that is already fabric friendly. I do think you can actually buy sort of mediums that you can add like acrylic paint, but I thought this might be just easier, one less thing to think about. So yes, I bought that. Can't remember how much these are. So it was £8.90 with VAT. I don't know, is that value for money? Like, I am always very conscious of this, especially like the way things are right now. Inflation and all that kind of boring financial business. But it is something that you have to think about, especially if you want to be an artist running a business. It is everything that you need to factor in. So what else did I get? I also got a few more Neo colour oil pastels. Are they oil pastel? Watercolour pastels. Water soluble wax pastel, being precise. And I just got like a few of these because these can add up as well. Like if you're buying these online and you're like, ooh, pretty, 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 like clicking all the colours that you want to get, and then it's like £80 or something, you're like, Jesus, like I really need to pull back on that. So what I do now is like each month when I get paid, I might buy a few different colours and they're slowly building up. So yeah, but I would recommend these. These are really lovely to use. It's really nice to layer up on top of like wash and pencil and all of that. Like, it's got nice texture. What else have I been getting? Honestly, I can't even remember what I've got in here. That's bad, that, isn't it? I'm not being able to remember what art supplies you bought. Ah, right, so just more gouache. I've got a couple of different types here, I think. Yeah, so Holbein, yeah, so olive coloured. I do feel like their tubes are slightly more generous, but they are more expensive as well. So they are £5.60 from Jackson's. But I mean, it's not like you're painting with acrylic. It's like, I feel like this does go a long way. Like you don't have to like trowel it on. And I've bought a few, I bought another Holbein gouache just in beige, just because it makes a good base colour, I think, for a lot of things. And the other type I got, which I really like, is the Turner Japanese colour ones. I bought a set of these and I recommend them a lot to people because the difference between the Japanese ones and the normal Turner, at least what I've found in my experience, is that the Japanese ones have got a more matte texture when they dry, like, and they're really nice to draw over. Because that's what I tend to do. I tend to like put a wash and then like I might colour something in with pencil and then go back into it with more gouache. But I would recommend the Japanese colour ones because they are really nice. So yeah, that's them. I don't think there's much else. Like I always feel like I've bought loads on Jackson's and then the box comes and I'm like, wow, okay, like these are quite expensive paints or pencils or whatever that I bought because it doesn't look very much. Yeah, I bought some pens, some Copics, just to like 3 to try out because I've looked at, I think it's Franad on YouTube. I think she uses these I know that who else? Oh, Catnip Studios. She's used Copics in, like, at least in her earlier videos. She's used them. I think they're very popular with a lot of different illustrators and artists, but I've never used them. So you get like a broader one on one side, and yeah. So I look forward to trying them out in my sketchbook. And I also got some Ecoline brush pens, like watercolor brush pens. I really like using these. They're very good for shading, I find. Like, I found that, like, when I'm creating, like, drawing my characters, they're very good for, like, shading in different bits. Going over pencil again seems to be a running theme in my work. And some more coloured pencils. I don't think there's very many. Yeah, I think there's just one. Yeah, just one. In fact, I might even already have this. Have I already got this one? It's a nice colour anyway. I'm a huge fan of the Prismacolor pencils. I found that they're quite hard to buy in the UK, and there is some suppliers online. I think it's like colouredpencils.co.uk. It sounds really like, is this legit or not? But I have bought them from that. It's something like that. So if you're looking for Prismacolor and you come across that is a legit site. But they're very expensive, and like I say, it's difficult to find them at competitive prices, I find, unless you want to buy a whole set again, which I tend to not. Like, you tend to find colours that you prefer, and then you might stick with them for a while. And it's fair enough if you want to, like, experiment and that kind of thing, but what was I saying? Can't remember. I'm suffering with a lot of brain fog lately. Like, I've been very tired and stuff. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of brain fog. Anyway, going back, Karandaach. Is that how you say it? It's probably not how you say it. Swiss made, apparently. But yes, they're like a good alternative I've found to Prismacolor. So yeah, that's it for the art supplies. But I have something very exciting. Something else that's way more exciting than new art supplies to open. In this bag, there is something very, very cute. And I have been waiting by the door for this for weeks, because I've been seeing on Instagram that other people have started receiving these, so I've been getting very excited. It's from an artist that I really, really like, called Paloma the Peach, and she worked with a company, I think it's an American company, Makeship, to make her own plushie. Oh my god, this is so flippin' cute. Look at that little dude! I think his hat's been a bit squished. Here we go. I just need to pop it up. Oh my god, that is so cute. Oh no! Where are you going? Yeah, no? Probably not. That is going on the cats. Dill. Dill's looking very worried right now. Oh my god. Amazing. God, it's really well made as well. I mean, that's the thing. That, like, from an artist's perspective, like, I would love to make a plushie. I think you would worry about, like, putting your art, like, trusting another company to, like, make your artwork, because you hear about stuff where it's like, oh, it's not really turned out very nice, and I don't know, that's like, I would take that as a reflection of myself, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to put that out there, but this is such good quality, it's lovely. He is so cute. What can I call him? Dill's looking very nervous. But yeah, little strabby dude. Cowboy strabby. So cute. So cute. So yes, that is it. I can't speak today. That's another thing I've noticed. I can't get my words out. And that's the same thing every time I sit down to film now, because I'm not used to it yet. I can't seem to talk properly. I keep looking off in different directions. It's really frustrating. And we've got some company now. Hello. Say hello, Del. Come on, you've walked into this one. You've walked into it, love. She's not going to let me do it, is she? Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take it off. I'm sorry. This is my cat rescue, getting some love and cuddles. She's quite a needy cat, which you'll all soon find out probably in future videos. So I thought I'd just show you a little bit of my life. This is me making breakfast. This is quite a fancy breakfast for me, as I am normally a shredded wheat kind of girl. But I thought I would treat myself and have some whole wheat pancakes. Gotta add your blueberries for some vitamin C. You gotta try and be healthy. Got to apologise for all those coffee connoisseurs out there who are thinking, what on earth is she doing to that coffee? I'm pretty sure you're supposed to leave it for a while. I think I did. I think it's been clipped here, but yeah, I was in some desperate need of some caffeine that morning, so, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. I put an obscene amount of cream on this pancake here, and I'd like to say that it was an accident, but it probably wasn't. I added some homemade jam as well, so more fruit. I think that's kind of healthy-ish. I don't know, like, what kind of things people like watching. I always find it really strange because I love watching people going about their lives, you know, like I find that quite interesting. As you can see, I got steamed up completely, my glasses, from just this little pop-up greenhouse we've got. We've been experiencing some obscenely hot weather in the northeast of England. Well, it's been happening all over the world, quite frankly, hasn't it? We've seen it on the news. Global warming, unfortunately, is scorching us all now. But not to be too doom and gloom about it, the strawberries are loving it, the tomatoes are loving it. The tomatoes are thirsty little suckers though. I'm constantly watering them. A lot of the stuff that you see in this video unfortunately has succumbed to nature. I'm going to say I'm competing with nature here, like it's like a losing battle that is going on in my garden at the moment because I'm competing with the heat, I'm competing with critters. So many snails trying to hide out in my plant pots, and obviously I don't want to use pesticides because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem, I don't know, right to use them. So trying to be as organic as possible, I'm just kindly removing them. So I work at a hospital part-time, and I thought I would like to try and incorporate some of my creativity into my day job. And so I work as a receptionist / admin assistant. I thought I would incorporate some of my artwork into it somehow, and I noticed that the photographers that I work with, when we have child patients come in, they tend to give them stickers, and unfortunately the stickers that we have are a little bit rubbish. So I thought I would redesign them. They were just some generic things that probably been bought offline, you know, like things that you would see at school. So I thought I'd inject a little bit of
the department into these stickers that I'm designing, and I came up with this whole say cheese pun to do with photography. And of course, I associate mice with cheese. I don't know about you guys, but that's where my mind goes. So I thought I would do a little mouse. And so we've got this little photographer dude, little mousey dude. So you can see Dylan jumping up on the desk. This, honestly, please put something in the comments, like cat owners out there. As soon as I get my sketchbook out, particularly rescue is straight up. I mean, this is why I was giving her some love and attention at the beginning, because she just wants to be on everything. That, like, whatever I'm doing, she wants to be on it and right up in my face. And it's heckin' cute. It really is heckin' cute. But when you're trying to work, it's kind of frustrating, to say the least. And Dylan is the Pinky to Rescue's brain. She tries to drink the paint water. She sticks her feet in the paint. I tend to have to get them out of the room with some biscuits. That's probably another recurring theme that you'll find in these videos. Just general cat ownership antics. I would like to persevere with my digital art. Like, I do see the merit in it. Like, I think it is very good for freeing you up. I think sometimes using a digital tablet can take the pressure off, and you're not like thinking, oh God, I've made a mistake, and it's just like click of a button, bang, it's gone. Great. But then sometimes I suppose you're robbing yourself of the opportunity for happy mistakes, you know, like little surprises that you thought, oh, that didn't work, and then you've worked around it, and then you thought, wow, okay, that actually really help the piece. If you want a tablet with quite a lot of memory on it, you need to pay for it outright from the very beginning, whereas I find with like Samsung Galaxy tablet, like you can add memory to it later on if you want, and that was like kind of like a big deal to me. I'd like to have the memory there to begin with. Apple are well known to illustrators for a very particular program, and that's Procreate. Can't get Procreate on anything else but iPads. So I use an app called Artflow, and it is a surprisingly good app, but unfortunately it's very limited with its brushes. And it sounds like such a throwaway thing to be like, oh, the brushes is varied. But that's your different sort of textures, so to speak. So I think one day I am probably going to buy an iPad. and replace this Android tablet. As good as it is, if you're not bothered about using Procreate, then I would definitely recommend this tablet. But unfortunately, I really want to use Procreate. There's a lot of pros and cons to different types of mediums. I find like using the digital, like especially if you're wanting to do commercial kind of work, it's a lot easier because it's like straight there on the tablet. You can email it straight off to manufacturers. It's so easy to change and manipulate your work that way. But I do find that I do a lot more sketchbook work. So this is a walk that me and my boyfriend went on. It was a lovely day, as you can see. It was incredibly hot. And I got chased by a bee. I thought I'd show you the final product. So these are the stickers I had made with Sticker App. I was really glad with the way they turned out. I was actually pleasantly surprised. This is the first time I've ever had any stickers made. And there's quite a few of the artists that I follow, they use Sticker App. And yeah, I was like actually quite pleased with the final product. I've been told that they have been a great success at work. I've actually stolen some to put on my ID at work as well. So even if the kids don't really bother with them, I was very happy with it. So I guess that's the main thing really, isn't it? Like you should be pleased with your work. It doesn't matter really what other people think. Or at least that's what I tell myself. So thanks for watching. If you like what you've watched, I would greatly appreciate a like and perhaps consider subscribing for future videos. I'll see you next time. Bye!